time. Thought about it. Look at it. This seems. Oh, it's turning in, and I think it was. Seemed to be angling down leg. The super is appeal, thinking, and raising the dreaded finger. And straight away, plops it straight back to the border. Goodness, two golden ducks, and he's on a hat trick. Rohan Mustafa is really flying high here. Unbelievable scenes here at the Multani.
Golden Death, of course, so he just came in, said hi to his partner and walks back. Flighted delivery played straight into the hands of Rohan Mustafa. Clever piece of bowling, getting second wicket, back-to-back wickets for Rohan Mustafa. Really looking good. 3 chips down for Bahrain. 5-23 for the loss of 3.
Has really turned things around. As you can see, remain comfortable, Sohail. 5 overs have been completed. And dictating terms now, the UAE. Ayan has already taken a wicket. Continues with his good performance.
Much credit should be given to Ayan Afzal Khan, the treasure. Not trying out too many things, pulling wicket to wicket, giving any room or width to the batter. Young but very talented, mature cricketer Ayan Afzal Khan.
Even Mohammad Yunus will really have to scurry down on that one. Quicker delivery. He varies his pace so very well, this young man, Ayan Afzal Khan. But Yunus, seeing his partners, is coming and going. Even he is a little nervy now, understandably.
And then a sharp turn. Just slow in the air this time, Ayan Afzal Khan. Long one on mid-wicket, 2 fielders better on the boundary region. Straight towards Ayan Afzal Khan. It's a big fish. Yunus caught and bowled by the young, talented Ayan Afzal Khan.
This is incredible. This is unbelievable what is happening here. Iron Afzal Khan always looked threatening. And the man who seemed to be a little more comfortable than others, Muhammad Yunus, look what he does. Just checked a shot and gave him the ease. Turnaround here at the Mulmani Cricket Ground. ACC Men's Premier Cup 2023. The skipper comes in at a very, very stressful time. Enormous pressure on him. Got to bat out of his skin. He's got to bat sensibly. He's got to steady the rocking board, which is rocking very sharply now. Things are looking very, very tough for the remaining part of the innings. They were only into the sixth over, would you believe? Ayan's got a couple. Stiff Bengali in position. Placed. That is over number 6 done. Bahrain 23 for 4. Two wickets in the last two deliveries of his over. 2 for 1. Facing him will be the very nervous Riaz Ahmed. Will he be able to manage his hat-trick? I told you he didn't take too many wickets prior to the start of this game, but what a turnaround. So economical today. Really amongst the wickets. Here we go. Twice the ball, doesn't get the hat-trick. But well done to him. Let's give him credit for really putting the pressure on the Bahraini batters.
For no loss. 4 wickets for just 2 runs. Bahrain now it's to Fayaz and Haider the captain. Easy for them. Rohan Mustafa holding those tight line and length against the batters, keeping it simple. Couple of wickets in his TD.
127, 3 matches for Swades with that little bit of time, backs away. Don't worry about the runs. It's a question of settling down. Just play out the good deliveries, which most of them are from both ends. Very quiet bowling. Just like that. All you can do is get behind the line, push it away. It's a question of survival. The earlier batsmen have dug a hole for themselves. It's going to be a tough job trying to climb out of that hole. But that's nicely put away. Very, very good looking shot for a boundary. A pressure relieving boundary.
Off the mark, Fayaz with a boundary. Using the pace of Rohan Mustafa. Very watchful and just opening the face of the plate and glided past the third-man fielder. So 7 gone, 27 for the loss of 4. Joining me is Suhas. So, very good morning, Suhas, and figure says it all for UAE 27 for the loss of 4. Very good morning, Mudassir. Good morning to everyone watching. 27 for 4 is dire states. A lot of making work to do for Captain Hyder and Fiaz. And the ball is turning, no doubt about it. Either trying to smother the spin, not able to do so. Where do you think they've gone wrong? They've gone wrong with the lack of intake to Bahrain because the shots are shaking it. Moreover, I think after winning the toss, batting first on this track, just got it wrong for Captain Hyder. Because this is the same wicket where a large in the game was played here. On fourth innings on the same track, the batters of UAE will be trouble. But initial, the first session here in Mulbani, difficult for the batters. Keep going. Within 2 days, we will do the fourth innings indeed. And yesterday, even though we had a 13 game, it went the distance of 25 overs. Both sides almost got there. The game was decided in the last over, first ball. Rahat, the umpire from Saudi Arabia, suggesting there is a danger zone. Don't flirt too much with it. He's too young. And Rahat doesn't want to be harsh. So it's young Ayan Abdul Khan. 8 gone, 27 for the loss. Yunus Shabazz, Junaid Sahil, all of them departing early. Yunus is the only one who got a start of some sort. Partnership is the buzzword in the camp of Bahrain. Last time when Fiaz came out to bat, it was a different story where he could free his arms. Today, even though it's the first part play, this is something he's better served doing. The tough start for Fiaz and either the captain. Span of 2 runs. Captaincy by Muhammad Wasim. Terrific captaincy, the way he's read this surface. I asked him at the toss, what would you have done at the coin toss been in your favor? He said, I would have batted first as well. So even he was of the assumption that the pitch is going to get more troublesome as if you have to bat on the fourth innings, if you have to call it that. Accurate as ever. Mustafa, one of the quickest to finish an over. 9 overs gone, 27 for 4. Bahrain would suggest 23 is the devil's number. Terrific from Ayan. He is locked and calibrated spot on that surface. And he can pitch it day in and day out on that same spot. Sharp and keen learner, Ayan Abdul Khan. Brilliant piece of bowling. We have got a chance to spend some time with this young lad a couple of days ago. Yes, I did. Was trying to get an insight into what goes on with the young Ayan's mind. It's good to know that his heart is in the right place, his mind is in the right place. As he bowls always to the batter and not the reputation that precedes him. And Mudassir, you know him in and out, don't you? You've seen the growth of this young man. He's still very young. seen the immense growth of this young man to now be donning the jersey of his country. The only similarity between me and Ayan is that we both love Hyderabadi biryani, and yes, we have seen that. I like to eat those breads and of rice. Ayan Afzal Khan equally fond of the outside edge of the garden. Making his appearance. Feel proud. Ayan Afzal Khan. He's one step ahead. Ayan is always one step ahead. The first power play is done and dusted with. Bahrain are tottering at 27 for 4. A little more justified because wickets were falling at regular intervals. Not even an interval. 22, the first wicket fell. 23 is when all the others fell. It's easier said than done that they've got to come out with a positive mindset here. But I think Fayaz and Haider would remind themselves that it's 50 overs is still a long time, and a buzzword is partnership. The second power play begins. Okay, Karthik Paraniappan Mayappan. 5 wickets in 4 games. And starts off with a wicket indeed. The Rungan wasn't red at all. Fayaz was backing away for this ball to spin away from him. It didn't. What a decision by Mohammad Wasim to get Karthik Mayappan and strikes on very first ball. Googly sharply coming in and finds the gap between pad and pad. At the end of Fayaz strikes Karthik Mayappan. Not a good scorecard if you're a Bahrain fan. 16 from Yunus, nobody else contributing much to it. They do bat deep, but they don't want to be batting out there too early. 27 from 5. Now, 2 very experienced men in the middle for Bahrain. Abdul Majid and Haider. Righty-lefty combination as well. Inheriting an absolutely horrible scorecard. He's got to bat his skin out. Out of his skins, rather. He's been in these tough positions before. Did a couple of games in Pakistan as well, where he bailed the team out of such a situation. And that time too, he was batting with the skipper. Time to come in won't be easy for Majid Abbasi. toss at the captain.
Absolutely right. It's a great toss to lose this one. Generating the outside edge there, Mayappan. With that angle, he's suggesting that the ball will come in, but actually it's spinning away. Mayappan is very good and accurate with his variations. This is the googly coming in again. Mayappan is realizing soon that even in this format of the game, the stop delivery is becoming the variation.
Very watchful of Pasi. Whatever decision he is making is turning into goal for Mohammad Wasim. Just a couple of overs for Junaid Siddiqui, brought in Rohan Mustafa. Got a couple of wickets in the first over now. Mayappan coming in and getting a wicket on his first delivery. Very watchful. Good chance of the run there. Dot delivery. Excellent over. The maiden wicket. 11.
Is used so far, 3 of them amongst the wickets already. Siddiqui is actually struggling with form. The Hyder is a little unhappy with the side screen. The Hyder is a better player of spin compared to all the others in the side. And just as I say that, there was an opportunity created. Jinnah reads the outside edge. What more does Ayaan Khan do? That should have been taken. That should have been taken. It's not a difficult chance.
Easy chance gone begging. Even the Thakur of Sholay would have taken it easily, Suhas.
Can't you believe it? Your Bollywood game is amazing, by the way. Listen. This one came back, and I think I can just predict that this one's not going to turn. He wants to make him a candidate for LBW. In that manner, he doesn't have to rely on a fielder. Started.
His own ability is pulling the wicket to get now. Delivery was in that outside edge. Still finding it hard to get those gaps. Either 17 deliveries yet to open his account. Under pressure, captain Haider Ali.
Giving nothing away. It's either a dot ball or a wicket. That's the two things. Those are two things that he signed up for today. Picking up a wicket for every 2 runs that he's given so far. Phenomenal. And Haider Ali, who's played a lot of first-class cricket in Pakistan, is struggling against the spin of a youngster. 12 overs gone, 27 for 5. From Yunis Sharma's zone 5, and then it's not a and still struggling to score a run. No legs there. And Mayappan starts off with another beauty. How can you know that it's going to spin away from you as a left-hander? Still be straight up like that.
He loves to go those googlies. Mayappan, and interestingly, it's Asif Khan Behru still out there in the first slip, also dropping that catch.
Really is this was the regular leg break. Is Majid smiling inwards, saying, I want to bowl on this track too. But for that, he needs to score some runs to be bowling at.
Struggling currently, both the batters get in the sleeping position. There you go. The bad or some umpire has some other thoughts, giving it a wide.
I thought he hit something. Mayappan wasn't convinced because of the line that was wrong, of course. But it was very late that turn. Indeed, I think it's a good decision there. They are watching it real time, so kudos to the umpire. Oh, wow. Mayappan spinning a web around the batters. Mudassir, if you're a connoisseur of spin bowling, this is what you want to see. And it's not bouncing as much. These are things which will trouble UAE as well. Provided Bahrain gets to a respectable total, they need margins to play for a longer time. Another googly coming up. The wrong line, some more runs, and Junaid will not be able to reach it. Welcome boundary for Bahrain, welcome boundary for Majid.
Majid is off the mark with that boundary. Very watchful, using his wrist. Ayan Afzal Khan. Poor effort resulting in a boundary. Placement was perfect by Majid. 33 for the loss of 5. Some runs for Bahrain. It's all about the leg break and the googly so far in this over.
What you love about Karthik Mayappan is the fact that he doesn't reserve the googlies only for left-handers. He bowls it beautifully to the right-handers too. That middle stump line usually helps. Just from that angle, if he's attempting a googly, it's a different story altogether. It's not going to spin as much. Very interesting to know what's going on in his mind from the Chautari once the game ends, because he's someone who loves to use the crease as well, as much as the change in angle.
Absolutely, so absolutely was very close there. And no ball has been called. So overstepping Karthik Mayappan.
Majid will be getting to face the free hit, and it's one moment where he can forget the worries. He can forget what the scorecard's reading and just go full throttle at it. It's like vacation in the middle of a workaholic week. That's definitely a no ball. Majid would be quite happy to free his arms, but would he chase the leg side again? Yes, indeed. He will, and we'll watch it fly. Good work by Sachin. That was definitely a boundary. Sachin saved at least a couple of runs. In fact, due to the ball watching, he saved 3. Majid's unhappy.
It was a free hit coming down the track. Almost in past Sanjit Mohan Sharma. Look at that effort. The young fast bowler. For sure, saved 3 runs for his team. Excellent effort coming from Sanjit Mohan Sharma. Bit expensive over for Karthik Mayappan.
Terrific save. We'll wait for the umpire's signal, though. I think Sanchit has done a brilliant job. Look at the commitment. And it's always heartwarming to see when a fast bowler puts his body on the line. The runs are not flowing easily for Bahrain, even when it's a free hit. Majid for 95% of the time after he plays that shot, well, it's going to go for 4, if not a 6. It was just a single.
Rohan Mustafa coming back from the other end. Couple of wickets, just 5 runs in his 3 overs. Margin to face Rohan Mustafa, right arm off break bowler.
Good work by Majid. Now Abdul Majid is also getting into the groove. He's preempting the line and covering for it. And, is he content with the 19 deliveries that he's faced in his bowling? He needs to get going. He needs to play counter-attacking innings, I think, because as a captain, when you do that, it permeates confidence into your side.
He's known as a fighter, Rohan Mustafa, in UAE team as well as UAE domestic circuit. He has seen the hard days. Sorry about the hard work he has put in, whatever he has achieved till date. Excellent delivery.
And he loves to come here to Nepal, doesn't he? He's got a great fan following, Rohan Mustafa. Majid is getting more comfortable against spin, which is good to see. Prithya is having a conversation with Martin. Solidly defended. Again, the situation demands it. 14 overs gone, 35 for 5. Majid, but the resistance has to take the brunt of counter attack. First run for Haider. And it'll come in the form of a boundary.
2 key balls for Haider to get off the mark. Then to hit a boundary, it will give him his confidence. Haider Ali, the captain of Bahrain, it again going for the googly against the right hand batter. Very watchful. Haider Ali using his wrist, finding the gap. And the fans. 4 runs for Bahrain, 4 runs for Haider.
Usually when the ball's turning so much, your eyes drifts towards the selection of Bahrain. You see David Gill in the thighs, a part of the side. He's played a lot of spin. So that means one gets at it. Just ran it with which they had to fight this total. Bahrain. on a dharna. He's appealed, he's pleaded, and this was a single, of course. Want to know what this is turning out to be for Mayappan. Opportunities have been created galore, Majid. Yes, he knew, Majid knew that it's going to turn away, but still wasn't able to play that line.
Came in and interestingly, Vinod was showing it was going outside the off stump. Troubling the batter. One ball good over comes to an end. It's 15 gone, 40 for the loss of 5.
Body for 5. It's up by batters. Indeed, I said it's up by batters today. It's an off day for Bahrain. If they have changes, then Haider has to bat out of his skin. Majid is still struggling with the one that's turning away from him. Mustafa has been phenomenal. They've been relentless today, UAE. Spinners of UAE. Joined by Shamim Chautari in the com box. 40 for 5 after winning the toss in an eliminator. What do you feel?
It's not a question of what I feel, it's a question of what the Bahrainis are feeling at the moment. Good morning to you. They are not in a happy mood. Maybe the choice at the toss, there was a little bit of confusion, I understand, with regard to whether they're going to bowl first or bat first. The final choice has not really worked out for them. In deep trouble early on. All credit, you cannot take the credit away from the UAE bowlers. They've been right on the money from the word go. They've been on the right lines and length, hardly giving any opportunity. Just like that, you get a streaky edge from that, and you get some lucky runs.
How deliberate was this? Mustafa is putting in an inquiry for a slip. As the captain obliged. Oh, that's a genuine outside edge. The fighter that Mustafa is in doesn't want to give an inch to the opposition. And the dot ball to finish this over with. 16 overs, 44 for 5. .79 dot deliveries. 16 overs, 44 for 5. It's a wickets column that stick too far for Bahrain liking. And Mayappan's continuing to trouble Majid.
When you get early control of an innings, it's just such a mind game that we talk about. The comfort zone that a team goes into with a little bit of success. And a big shot, possibly backing outside now. Bit of a mix-up in terms of running between the wickets. It's all happening in the middle. They are in a confused state of mind.
Now Haider will have that much-needed conversation with Majid. Remember, Majid was having his heart in his mouth because the appeal was against him. While Haider said, run, run, run. Hey, terrific stop. That's what created the opportunity in the first place. But in the end, sense prevailed as Haider refused the run.
Seems to be going wrong and then going right. Some kind of an oxymoron there. It's a thinking of some oxymoron. Good grief is one.
Very well bowled. And on our drive over here, I think you agreed with Roxy.
Keep on bringing that up. I don't ask you the reason why.
Just learning from your experience, perhaps. An excellent delivery this.
You're talking about excellent deliveries. This is the percentage of balls in line with the wicket has been exceptional. We had the stats. We've really been delighted with that. Statsman would go bonkers.
It was difficult to pick him. You just sense that it was difficult to pick when he had drawn margin outside the off stump so much, thinking that it's going to be another googly. It's a moral victory for me, but the best of his deliveries is what has conceded a run.
Always the case, isn't it? You get your good deliveries and you more often than not induce the edge. Goes for runs. You get a good one, which you feel deserves a wicket. It doesn't.
Slightly short and Hyder pounces on it. Hyder's playing the waiting game too.
It's taken him quite a bit of time to get it first runs, but once he's got going now, he's playing flowing shots, the swivel around, playing forward of square, into the cow corner, forward of mid-wicket region. Still not happy with the timing of that ball. 49 for 5. Rohan Mustafa has been so very impressive. We're talking about his economy when he came in. As we said, it had to be that white. It's just to prove the commentators wrong. I don't know if you've got a line to what we're saying. Is it, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm really not that economic, not that accurate.
I tell you, when it's Mustafa's trying for that, he doesn't need to try too hard with me here.
Yeah, well, you've got a beeline to these guys.
The fun we've had in the club box has been incredible indeed. That's what has kept us going. This spell has kept you that has you on the cricket ground more, and they love it.
Absolutely. I think, go back to the point where, I took a leading edge, closed the face of the bat, very fortunate, didn't go to hand. And there, once again, just evidence of what we are talking about. Suhash, the fact that a good ball, a ball that deserved a wicket eventually ends up for a few runs. It's the fun of the game that we're enjoying so much that you're talking about. The intricacies of the game, the surprises of the game, the little nuances of the game, and little nerves of the game.
So beautifully put that, and Junaid stopping it just in time. The slip has been removed now for the right-hander. Oh, that's a good cut shot. Hyder Ali, will they have enough fuel to reach the fence? Perhaps not. Mayappan was after it. Mustafa is still unhappy about something. But Hyder Ali has decided to start the counter-attack, and it's a good sign for Bahrain.
Absolutely. I think he's just making up for lost time. He's really showing his prowess with the bat. He's just shifted gears. That's what you do as a good batter. When your team are in trouble, you ensure that you stay there, play sensible cricket, pay respect to the good balls, and then charge after the others. Overdone, hold the fires. 55 for 5. done the hard work, they've had a bit of good fortune in terms of getting the wickets. But once you have, you've got to go for the jugular. You've got to go for the kill so that you finish off the innings. This partnership that's brewing between the two of them can take them. Cricket is a funny game. We always say. And this is the opportunity for you to take another wicket, and that would be the death knell of the Bahrain team.
I wonder what the conversation of Haider would be with Majid at this stage as skipper.
Stick around, simple matter. Play good cricket. Pay respect to the good balls. Do not try to take them on. Simple matter. The simple basics of cricket always work when you're under pressure. I know it's not very easy, as we see Zahul Khan, the right arm medium fast bowler, coming in. It's easy to say, but what you do on a different time, you chase that ball. But now you let it go. You do not give any semblance of an opportunity to the opposition. So you might, as you try to cut that ball we saw going away, you might get a snake. It might go flying high to third man or somewhere like that. So why take any kind of risk at all?
The only balls that can trouble them right now are the ones that are in line with the stumps then? Or ones that are just outside, perhaps just generating that outside edge, especially when the spinners are bowling. It's the angle Zahoor. But he's not getting that run. It's been a while since he stagnated on 9.
It's a very delicate balancing act. When you're trying to survive, at the same time, you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking of getting a move on in terms of the runs. How much are you going to end if you survive the 50 overs? First things first, stick around, stay around, build up a partnership.
50 overs can be a long time indeed, and it's good to know that we're getting a full game of 50 overs today because the weather was acting up.
Sure about the 50 overs?
Did you say that too? Wait a minute. This commentator's cursed something that extends beyond the game of cricket to the weather as well.
You always think about different things, different scenarios, but what Bahrain will be thinking about now is that the skipper and Majid, the experienced player, can just retrieve the situation. It's been such a very difficult start. But I tell you what, over the years I've seen wonderful comebacks from real good stubborn fellas. And that's what you've got to be when you're in the pen. You've got to be very sensible. You've got to keep a calm head in addition to your skill sets.
In great control there, Majid. Exactly what Bahrain want to see. Zahoor attacking the stumps from that angle. I'll tell you what, if Bahrain can come out of this rut with one good partnership, and the good news being Haider is still out there, I'll tell you what, it's going to boost the confidence of the side so much that it might give them the much needed momentum to go the distance even.
Indeed, anything's possible. As I said, we've seen similar situations being retrieved and turned into scores of advantage. Maybe the thought would be when Haider Ali, when he won the toss, would be that you'd put up a total which would test, and your spinners would be able to get some help later on, because it is turning from the word go, and obviously with the wear and tear on the wicket, it's going to take more purchase on the wicket. That was what he was planning to do.
Well, this is suggesting something very interesting. He said Haider has looked at the surface yesterday and it's been played on the same surface as yesterday, so he doesn't want to bat full.
There's so many ways of thinking about it. I was talking to someone just in the back there, and just a little discussion why they batted first. It seems there was a thought of batting second at one point in time. Seems to have changed that. Anyway.
धेरै धेरै स्वागत छ भन्ज्याङ चौतारी मिडिया युट्युब च्यानलमा।
Seven for 5. Hyder and Majid trying to script a comeback that will make its way to 4-4. Imagine 57 for 5. Look, the first 19 overs seemed like it's time after a drink break.
Yes, I suppose it should be going the other way. And maybe we'll see them coming fresh after that disastrous spell prior to the drinks interval.
I guess it's sitting alongside you, you don't mean it.
I seriously wish they come back. And Hyder's shown his batting prowess, what he's capable of. He's shown some temperament initially, the patience that is needed to smooth out the rough patch that they were going through. And all in all, the support that's come from Majid has been pretty refreshing to see. So really need to see them come back strongly here with the bat.
Another positive I see, as Mayappan flights this one beautifully. Another positive that I see is if Majid gets runs here, then he's going to translate that confidence into his bowling as well. And the wicket is turning.
That was the thought, the wicket turning. Just change the mind between. Oh my goodness, as we speak, there might be a run out affected here. I think it's gone. Unbelievable. Again, the lapse in concentration, the calling not very good. And it's happened again. It's uncanny. And, well, I'm not going to say anything. I think the action speaks for itself.
They needed better communication. The captain had timed it too well in the end. Majid was struggling. It wasn't a single. Fritya Arvind whips the bails off. "57 for 6. And Shamim, there wasn't a run here. Hyder has smothered the ball. It's gone absolutely nowhere. Mustafa throws in the right end. Majid is struggling. Even though he's not the quickest for the block, age is also catching up. Perhaps even if it would have been, I think it's a tight single and they don't need the tight singles. Look at the situation. Imran Javed, usually known as a hitter. Is it his natural game? Does he live by the sport and die by mash it?
No, I don't think he should even think about it.
Yes.
Just dead bad show that he can also be defensive. Yes, and that's what you got to do. You use your height, you go across, smother the spin, give that support to Haider. It's like a one-man band. Haider is there standing there, desolate in one corner, nobody to help him around. Now he tries the drive.
Aryan Lafra gets into a lovely position to take that catch as well, just in case the outside edges generated so much flight from Mayappan. I tell you what, I still believe it's Haider's mistake because it was his call. Majid responded. And because Haider knew how hard he's hit it, he sort of saw that run by the standards of his running. And that became the problem. 20 overs gone, 57 for 6.
In a must-win match, Bahrain haven't got a single batter getting into the 20s. That is incredible. That's extraordinary. That is not what they had wanted. Wanted a good start after winning the toss and deciding to bat. It's just not worked. Just not gone their way. At times I feel that other than the good balls that got the wicket, they have themselves to blame for the situation they are in at the moment.
Absolutely right, Shamim. That run out is just inexplicable given the situation. Why would you risk yourself for a single? But the idea is to play time out here. Haider's presence will matter more. Majid's presence out there will matter more. What it also does is it allows Wasim to throw the ball to Zahoor to go for the kill.
He can afford to throw the ball to his keeper. The way things are going, everyone seems to be chipping in. Whenever he calls upon any of the bowlers to come in, they're chipping in, and when there's no wickets from bowlers, the batters are obliging with huge misunderstandings in the middle. It's just not, I'm sorry to say, it's just not been good cricket shown here by Bahrain, and they're really adept. They can do it. They're a good team. So the position they are in really surprises me.
Phenomenal T20 side that I still believe is for less practice when it comes to this format of the game. And you saw them struggling in certain phases of the game where they usually understand how to deal with the phase only if you've played that format a little more. Imran Javed discovering there's a toe into the bat too. A couple of days ago when he played on this ground, everything was from the middle.
You have your good days, you have your bad. This is a terrible day for Bahrain. This is incredible, the collapse that we've seen here. Very disappointing, understandably, but they could have put it behind. And even now, with 6 down, lots of overs in hand. Try and take it as deep as you can. Good bowling has always been. You're talking about the bowling performance. I'm not going to take that away from the UAE team, but once you get the wickets early, immediately it brings a different kind of approach, and you bolster your confidence. You start bowling deliveries that you normally do. You try taking chances. You try to bring in your variety. You can afford to do that as a bowler, and that makes it even more difficult for the batters who are really struggling to survive.
Interesting thought there. Haider standing way outside his crease for Zahoor's swing to be smothered. It's going straight to the fielder, no run. I think at some stage as a captain would you also say now, as a captain of UAE at this stage, boys, we've got them pinned down to 59 for 6. Do not try too many things, just stick to the basics. Is that another worldview?
Yeah, absolutely, it can be that way, but this is the ideal opportunity for you to try your wares. When you're under duress from the batters, back to that in a moment, you'd rather not take any chances in terms of trying to work out your varieties as we come to the end of over number 21, 59 for 6.
59 for 6, wickets falling at regular intervals. And the biggest problem of all was when Bahrain was stuttering at 23. Asking about the bat. But that bat's not going to have a bigger swing, that's for sure, even though Javed would love to. That's his natural game. Oh, he's gone through with it. He's gone through with the shot. They've risen out of the team, so it's going to be a single. Risky shot inside out when the ball's flighted so much. Mayapal on top of his mark.
Always a difficult shot to play, even for a batter on song, the inside out shot. He seemed confident enough, he seemed balanced enough, and look pretty, look good to the eye. And this is where you try to balance out your, whether you curb your natural instinct as an attacking batter, adjusting to the situation which is badly needed, need to build up a partnership. Just going back, Suhash, to that, how bowlers would bowl at different times in an innings. When you've got the batters under control, if I can put it that way, that is the opportunity. You can just try something different. You can afford to take a few risks. You know that they're not, if you try it, if it doesn't work, you go back to your norm. And, well, was that close enough for a catch?
Looking at how tall Lakra is and the span being bigger than everyone else. Yes, indeed.
Both the keeper and the slip fielder undecided. Both going half cock, one going to his right, holding back his gloves, other quite not committed to the dive. You've got to decide early on who's going to take it. In kind of some no man's land, if you call it, the angle of the ball.
Is that a bit of luck that Bahrain required, because it was either, who's now moved into the 20s, the curse is broken. Javed can bat too, make no mistake. It's just that he's got to curb his instincts, which he did not do too well in the previous time when he played that inside-out shot.
It's just saw that the ball was in a slot. I think sometimes you cannot get too bogged down. You cannot go into your shell. It's going to make things worse. So once in a while, you will come out and try and just put a little bit of pressure on the bowlers if you can. Let it just compound the problems on yourself. It's going to be tough trying to get out of that. I think there's another ball where the over's done. Must-win situation for both the teams to make them eligible. It's like an eliminator, this one. Make them eligible for the semi-finals coming up soon. Either playing a captain's knock, the only one to get into the 20s. Javed giving him some support here. Very, very difficult situation here for Bahrain, Mudassir.
Losing those 6 wickets is Haider and Javed, and he'll be in a completely different role today. Javed, he's into 7th over, conceding just 4 runs and a couple of wickets. And talking about Javed in the previous match, came in when just 5-6 overs were there and went on to go past with 50 of just 19 deliveries. It's a new day and completely a new situation for him. He needs to stay with the captain out there.
A couple of balls back, he had a reprieve. What a good delivery it was, just angling in and spinning away. That has been the essence of the bowling of Afzal Khan. Very impressed with this young man. Javed has done well, must say that. Talking about normally he's such a good hitter of the ball, but it's just toned down his approach, having a look, and that little bit of gardening he's just done is making iron wait. And this is the mind games that they play, because iron's very quickly through his over. He's at your face. Every time you turn around as a batsman, he's ready to bowl. So what he does, Javed, very wisely, very cleverly, goes down the wicket, does a bit of gardening, just to slow things down.
Absolutely, some mind games coming out there by Javed. All he needs to do to be the partnership with the captain Haider. Spend some time. Yet another tight over comes to an end. 23 gone, 66 for the loss of 6.
For 18, other than that, couple of wickets for Ayan and Mustafa, also Mayappan, and a run out, all added to the misery of Bahrain. Gives him air, chips it up, just in front of the fielder there. Just temptation now being used by Mayappan. Come on, go for it. Either attempt to just play safe. He rushes that. Maybe not getting a hold of it as you'd have liked. Gets a single nevertheless.
Showing some quality of leader, Haider. There, 22. Looking good. Imran Javed. Hard hitter batter. Facing Mayappan. Looking for his second wicket. All partnership building between Haider and Imran Javed.
Using that edge is going to get them runs. And 4 of them, very, very welcome runs. Doesn't matter how they come, it was rather a streaky shot. Even the bowler thought he might have had a chance. So we keep on saying even the good balls which deserve wickets end up as being boundaries.
Lucky runs for Bahrain and for Imran Javed. Slipping plays, number of captain himself. And that's what gets the second slip against Imran Javed. Getting the turn, Mayappan.
He goes big time down the ground. It's going to be a long one. How long can you hold back Javed? Once in a while he's going to show his big hitting abilities, and he's done exactly that.
The bowler is surprised, Mayappan by that shot. In control. The first maximum for Bahrain. That shot always in control. Inviting batter to go big. Full advantage taken by Imran Javed. The first maximum from the blade of Imran Javed.
It's going to be great for the psyche, the confidence level of Javed. also give his partner, the skipper, having a little bit of a chat now. Right, we've got things moving, we've got partnership going. Let's make sure we turn it into good numbers. Hardly had any partners to speak of in this innings of 76 for the loss of 6 wickets. Also, maybe either coming over and say, okay, you've got the 6, do not get carried away, play the ball to its merit, and I'll hang on with you.
11 runs so far. Better by Imran Javed. Very watchful. Single follows to the maximum.
That's delightful cricket. That is good cricket because of the way he got that run. Giving his captain the strike, either will be much more comfortable, more at ease with the confidence that Javed has shown at the other end. Bowling has been tight. Despite that, you can see the runs are coming. Slightly easier form now. That is over. 24 done. 7. Tremendous comeback. If they can manage it.
Completely different zone. Haider. Sharp turn. Just going down the leg. The good thing is that he's committing on the front foot. Very watchful. Came the left hand spinner. If you're on the back foot, then you're asking for trouble.
Fantastic display of bowling by Ayan Afzal Khan. He's into his 8th over. Has given away 4 runs. This is white ball cricket. This is one thing cricket. That is exceptional. And that is another strike. This young man keeps on impressing all and sundry. This has been a terrific. He goes across and congratulates the catcher and does the little shuffle that he enjoys so much. This is great to watch.
Once again committing on the front foot, beats the bat and strikes again. Ayan Afzal Khan was looking good. Haider, the celebration number 11 in this tournament for this young Leicester orthodox Ayan Afzal Khan.
Exceptional ball. New batter in is Rizwan Bhatt. Oh, he has work cut out for sure, especially the bowling. And that's a close one. Oh, maybe drifting down, but he's making the ball talk here. Ayan Khan, been marvelous.
A new batter, the line just going down the leg. He knows straight away Ayan Afzal Khan. He got extra pressure on Vinod.
Not quite getting there. But Ayan, see from his demeanor, his body language is enjoying himself so much. Coming to the last ball of his 8 over 3, 4, 4. Figures you dream about. And the bowler, now that's close. Up close the credit finger. He struck again. This 4th wicket. This is absolutely top of the world. Top class bowling. And the celebs. Marvelous to see this young man showing his bowling prowess. Terrific stuff here.
Young lad, Ayan Afzal Khan, all over the Bahrain batters. So the line completely caught in front, an easy decision for Vinod. Then comes the celebration. Here we go. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha from Ayan Afzal Khan.
Bahrain imploding here. They cannot really find a way to survive. Damage has been done by all the bowlers, but in particular Ayan Afzal Khan has been spectacular, has been absolutely murderous. It's a carnage here. Oh, he's going forward. This possibly saved him, but even Mayappan from the other end making the ball tall.
Quickly, the 2 minds now. Imran Javed with the 2. He thought just the middle or just go for those big shots. Has lost the captain in the previous over and this one, but Mayappan is 8th over.
Well, that's negotiated well enough. To a good ball. The only man, the captain, Hyder Ali, who put up some kind of resistance. What a beauty that was from Ayan. He's turning away and clipping the top of off. That's about to hit. Oh, anything about it. Great ball. Finish a good inning. That's down the leg side, went zooming through very quickly.
Quickly and well taken by Arvind behind the stumps. Sharp. Needs to lead the runs. The great bowlers are known for conceding runs and getting those wickets. Mayappan, just a wicket to his name.
With 80 for 8, the opposition, every bowler is going to turn out to be a good bowler. They're so full of confidence. They know hardly any bad delivery is given to any of the batters to take advantage of. And when you're falling apart like a house of cards, it's such an easy sort of way for the opposition to maneuver the game. Everything falls into place.
The poet comes out of it. As we have heard yesterday about the rumble, about the sky, about the wind.
It's the surrounds of this place that makes you feel a little nostalgic at times, a little poetish. I'm a poet and I don't know it. credit finger goes up. They're falling apart. Another one bites the dust. This is tragedy for Bahrain. But Kakahu, the UAE team, another strike.
Caught in front. Easy decision. Strikes Mayappan on the last delivery of this over. And was among the runs for Bahrain. Previous.
Joining in the fun in terms of taking wickets. Ayan would like to make it 5 for. Do you believe it if he gets a 5 for with the 4 runs he's given away? I don't know how many times stats persons, as we see Ali Dawood come in, stats persons have got that figure into the scorebooks when the wickets column has got a bigger number than the runs column. Incredible.
That outside edge. Ayan Afzal Khan, the last time he was in Mulpani, got 5 for. Wicket away. 8.34 runs, 4 wickets.
So consistent. It's fancy his performances here in Kathmandu. Both the grounds, TU ground and here the Mulpani ground. Just his demeanor when you're talking to him and it's not on the ground is such a gentle kind of guy. Comes quite easily to you. He's got that kind of a friendly sort of face and ready to interact.
Very humble young Ayan Afzal Khan. Manages to put 27 gone, 80 for the loss of 9.
With a couple of wickets, just waiting for the innings to finish from the bowlers of UAE. But of course, some kind of resistance, maybe from Wasiq Ahmed, the left-handed batter, comes in. 9, 10, and Jack cannot do what the top order has not been able to do. In the early part of the innings, just get a few extra runs, just like that. Little bits of appreciation from the dugout here, the supporters. Dawood is yet to open his account. Is he going to go for a big hit? They're sending fielders into the deep, a deep mid wicket, long on the onside. Oh, he's content to play the defensive push, which is good. Opportunity for Dawood to show his batting prowess, how he can hold things up. Don't be surprised if Mayappan just throws the ball and says, hit me. He's got two guys in the deep waiting to take the catches. Will he take the bait? That is the question. Oh, nice. He just waited for that turn, opened the face, nicely negotiated.
All over. The Bahrain batters. Last ball, Dawood and Wasiq. And just a single partnership. On the back foot. Way high. Ali Dawood, 9 deliveries. It to open his account. He won. Loss of 9.
The amount of appeals we've seen all around the ground today. Oh, the UAE fielders had a good goggle in the morning. And clear throughout. That was close. And that is the end of the 28th over, 81 for 9. Nicely pushed away. At the moment, is waiting for his 5th wicket. Tremendous bowling performance here by Ayan Afzal Khan. So cool, calm and collected. He's just doesn't try to do too many different things. He's got his comfort zone. He knows he's happy with what he's doing.
The tournament, this lad is having Ayan Afzal Khan both with the ball as well as with the bat. So many years of hard work put in by his father. Raised his child, Ayan Afzal Khan. Now he's getting rewarded. The performance dominated clearly with the batters of Bahrain. 4 wickets. Need to check how many maiden overs he bowled today, Ayan Afzal Khan.
Really, really hope he gets that fifer. He deserves it in his 10th over. Of course, the Bahrain batters are not going to give it to him. They're going to try and survive. It's good to see the determination from these two, Dawood and Wasiq. Make them work hard for the wicket. Ayan Khan, there you go. Sweep employed and does that to a nicety. That is a good shot, but there is some protection in the deep.
Like 3 ages, he has considered that single run Ayan Afzal Khan. His figures look like the test match bowling figures for Ayan Afzal Khan. 55 dot deliveries.
Last one. Coming up. Batters get a run. Ayan does not get his fifer, but he does finish with wonderful figures. Ayan Afzal Khan. Wickets. Three for 9, Dawood and Wasiq just holding on. Goes big time. That's heading a long, long way. That's gone the distance. What a strike. Something out of the blue. Suddenly, you get a superlative slog sweep, and the maximum is attained.
The best way to get out of trouble, out of that shell. Attack the bowler. Going down on one knee, clears the mid wicket with ease. Ali Dawood. Sigh of relief for Bahrain dugout.
It's gone into the parking area just to the left of us here. Took a bit of finding. People on the lookout. For it, they're going to change the ball.
The new balls, please. Lost the previous one. Excellent shot by Ali Dawood. 89 for the loss of 9.
Things they can say we've got a maximum on the innings hit by a latter order batter. Some relief, something for Mayappan to work on. 89 for 9. Lovely little scoreboard there is to the left here. Manned well, and always that support with the helpers working out.
The UAE. 9 wickets down. Bahrain. Flight offward. Shot, just a single towards the deep. To cover.
You know, even if they make the 100 mark, somehow these little milestones work wonders. 96 all out would not be as good as 110 all out. Just feel you have the numbers on the board, the runs on the board. You can replicate what the bowlers of the UAE have done, the Bahrain bowlers will be telling themselves, if they could do it, so can we. And you need some figures, some numbers to give them that hope. And any kind of milestones like the 100 mark will go a long way in that cause. Very tentative with that shot. Just beyond the bat.
Absolutely. Try to go beyond 100. It will be their first target for Ali Dawood and Wasim. Get those 10 runs. On board.
Tell you what, I've been very impressed by the way Wasim has batted. He's shown the full face of the bat. He's come forward like a proper batter, smothered the spin. Dawood has taken advantage of one or two loose deliveries. So all in all, very refreshing to watch this last pair. Tail is wagging here for Bahrain. That's a good thing. Do not give up. Keep on trying. That shot is up in there. Fielder trying to get to it. Does not manage. Hung in there for a while.
Out in control, Wasim. This was created by Mayappan. At the top edge, Rohan Mustafa. The fielder just falling short of Rohan Mustafa. Survives Wasim. Single has been added to the total. It's 91 for the loss of 9. 30 gone.
Push tentatively, didn't get the meaty part of the bat, the middle of the bat for that matter. Rohan Mustafa into his 7th over, 2 for 15 already. Oh, that was quick, almost through. Big shout in anticipation.
Walks the batter, Rohan Mustafa with the slow release. And Wasiq very watchful this time. Not going off to the bowler.
Accuracy has been exported. Mustafa will talk about his economy. Today he's chipped in with the wickets. Look at him. Consistently dropping the ball in the same areas. Making the batter prod at each and every one. Oh, it's like a replay over and over again.
He bowls out is the over. Rohan Mustafa not giving the batter time to just settling. Very watchful. Well done by Wasiq. Survives for yet another over. 31 gone, 91 for the loss of 9.
There is forward of square, there is protection there. Single is all they can muster. You know, as a bowling unit, you can get a little frustrated. You've got the top order batters out, you've got the middle order batter out, and the last pair are still holding on. Can be a little annoying.
Good technique. Wasiq using the front foot. Tall left-hand batter. Wasiq Ahmed. That's a wonder the way the middle order has played. It's hardly against these bowlers, but look at the batting display by these two, Ali Dawood and Wasiq Ahmed.
Wasiq making a statement here, telling the selectors and the think tank, maybe you should consider elevating me, promoting me in the batting order. Lovely to watch. Nice. Goes forward, smothers the spin, looks confident. Over completed.
Overs, 92 for the loss of 9. 6 bowlers and really spinners dominating. Here, Ayaan Afzal Khan, 4 wickets to his name, couple of wickets for Mustafa, couple of wickets for Mayappan and the run out. UAE bowlers are enjoying out there in the middle and someone in the comp box. those who are enjoying the right time to introduce my co-commentator, Suhas Vedam. Welcome back, Suhas.
Thank you. Enjoying the conversations for sure. Is this it? Good morning, everyone. It's been one-sided affair. But the last pair is showing some resistance. Terrific stop there. So sensible never seen. Waiting for the delivery that's in his slot to put away. Driven straight to the fielder. A good over from Mustafa, but the questions weren't asked properly. Three for 9.
33 overs, 157 dot balls played by Bahrain. Cut hard. Ali Dawood, ball racing towards the fence, chases on by the fielder. Zahur Khan, the veteran, from yards. 15 runs partnership was between Ali Dawood and Wasiq Ahmed for the last wicket. Showing some resistance, both the batters. Again, finding the gap and a single. Ali Dawood. UAE fielders and the bowlers slightly getting frustrated now. This 16 runs partnership. This has been put up by the last pair. With the trouble, the middle order and the top order, the bowlers. They're hardly troubling these two, Ali Dawood and Wasiq Ahmed.
Very good delivery. But equally well played. He's pushing for the second one as well. Will get it easily in the end. Sanjit doing the cleanup work. You just feel like, if you're on in Laka, you just feel that you're left out for a long time. The ball's turning so much, the spinners are enjoying themselves. You're standing there, it slips.
He had a good watch. The surfer standing in first slip, Aryan Lakra. Trying to get that last wicket, trying to get turn here. Slow in the air, coming into the left hand batter. What I like is temperament of Wasiq Ahmed. Number 11 batter. He's applying himself there out in the middle. Nicely bowled and equally well played. 34 gone, 98 for the loss of 9.
98 for 9. Javed was the last man to be dismissed, 14 or 23. Yeppen trapped him in front. Ali Dawood, stronger suit is to hold the ball in hand, but he's showed great resistance. Let's see how much resistance he's shown, 13 or 22. And he's still going for the shots. Hurt himself there, young Ayan.
Turning. The fast bowler Muhammad Wasim Zabur Khan. Look at the drive. Awkward bounce in the knee of Ayan Abdul Khan. 50 over long game. But they have lost at 9 wickets. 18 runs partnership between these two, Ali Dawood and Wasiq Ahmed. Very watchful. Not only they manage those singles and doubles, they also manage to get those out boundaries at a maximum. Ali Dawood batting on 13 of 24, but what he come back by UAE in this tournament after the defeat against Hong Kong. He went on to post 471 at TU. Now, the bowler is doing a wonderful job. It's 98 for 9, Bahrain.
Wake up call. It's not really a wicket taking delivery, but it's a delivery to intimidate somebody who bowls it too well himself. Ali Dawood. Back in Pakistan, whenever he got an opportunity to bat, he made it count by scoring the crucial runs. The medical staff. It's a very warm day here. As soon as Ayan Khan, if you'd say Ayan Khan, the previous over got hurt, or this over rather, got hurt a little in the knee, you could see the medical staff spring out of their seats, almost rush towards Ayan Khan before he gave him the thumbs up.
Has been well managed this tournament by Cricket Association of Nepal, the umbrella of the ACC. Everyone involved in this tournament, the medical team or the ground staff, everyone worked hard, they gave their best. We can see the results. It has been one of the best tournaments, the ACC Premier Cup 2023 Nepal. The support we are getting from the spectators, kudos to them. Not only they're going for the Nepal matches, they're coming to Mulpani, whether it's Nepal here or not. The teams get the support of the local people coming and enjoying the cricket here.
Absolutely right, Mudas. It just tells you how emotional this wonderful audience is, how intelligent this wonderful audience is that reads the game so well. Nepal's been a treat. The kind of cricket that we've seen, the level of cricket that we've seen, fantastic games of cricket, some unbelievable performances, and services that stay true. It's been a complete package. He's got the cloth to ensure that the glasses are clear. He's one of those very few cricketers who bats with glasses on. Of late, the trend is reduced. I know Yasin Patel does it for Kuwait. But of late, the trend is reduced because you run the risk, especially against pacers, of the glass getting shattered in case it hits. Oh, that's gone through. Zahoor is searching for luck. 9 out of 10 times the leg stump would have been pegged back by now. All he can afford to do right now is a dry smile.
Maybe survive. He can swing, the reverse swing. Just getting that bottom edge for races towards the final leg. 35 gone, 109.
$103 for 9. 15 overs of play left, and Bahrain, if they can survive those 15 overs, they'll be mighty pleased with wherever they end up. How good was Ayan with the ball in hand? Enjoying themselves, the local crowd. Any day is a good day for a fantastic game of cricket.
Crowds enjoying here in Mulpani, not only the crowd, but the parents of UAE players came all over from UAE to support their kids. Sanjit Mohan Sharma's parents are out here in Mulpani ground. Big news coming from Uganda from women's quadrangular league. Younger sister of Sanjit Mohan Sharma getting a hat trick against Uganda. And phenomenal.
And the brother is waiting for his turn to bowl. This is incredible. Khushi Sharma picks up 4 wickets in the 3 overs. Just 9 runs. Oh, marvelous. Marvelous from Lakra. I remember commentating when Khushi Sharma was playing in the qualifiers when that was my first tour to Dubai. And now I remember they said yesterday Sanjay Sharma was nursing a knee injury at that time. The dots are now connected. Khushi herself picked up a fifer. And yes, I was lucky enough to be on commentary for that moment. She picked up a fifer at the ICC Cricket Academy Ground 2.
We'll have that conversation in the next over about Khushi Sharma and Sanjit. 36 gone, 105 for the loss of 9.
$105 for 9. Over the mid-order collapse, Hyder showed a bit of resistance. Martin and Javed getting into 2 figures. 3 ducks today for Bahrain. The problem is 2 of those ducks come at the top. That's got something on it, says Zahoor. But the umpire says no, and that's what matters. Wasim can stay his ground. The crowd joined in that appeal too. Nritya Arvind cannot believe it. That's a phenomenal delivery. Was there something on it? Perhaps a closer look will tell us. Without knowing the audio spike, it's very difficult to say. The umpire watching it real time was able to make a decision and he says not out. Vasik survives.
Moreover, I think Rahul Khan just came to the line of umpire. Made him difficult to give this decision.
What was that? Well kept, Nritya Arvind.
They've got two new openers, Ali Dawood and Wasi, for their next match. Bahrain. Look at the application out there in the middle. They're applying themselves, the resistance. Not only about the hanging out there in the middle, getting those runs as well. 25 runs. The current partnership between these two of 62 balls.
Just opening the face of the bat, not getting a run. It's okay if they don't get the runs. It's about surviving the 50 overs. The runs will flow. There will be mistakes made as well by the opposition. Every bite that they can collect by staying alive is very important to Bahrain. You never know, there might be a no ball in the mix as well. That will open doors to a free hit. Single. We're talking about how proud a moment it is for Sanchit's parents, in Priyadashni ma'am or Prij Mohan sir. How proud a moment it is for them to watch their son play in Nepal soil while their daughter is ensuring that the team wins in all the way in the African region, led by Chaya Mughal. It's a brilliant day for the Sharmas.
And they have a very tough decision to make whether to come to Nepal or go to Uganda.
Miles apart.
But at our Sanchit Mohan Sharma, being the elder, convincing the parents to come down to Nepal, and looking quite good in the pink is Suhas here.
Thank you. Today we didn't color coordinate, it seems.
But it took almost for me to 30 minutes to get ready, putting some wax and my hairstyle. So it's Ali Dawood and Wasiq Ahmed to continue his 26 runs partnership. Here we go.
Just loving the fact that Zahoor is keeping the batter on his toes all the time. Dawood is never looking settled against Zahoor. He knows that he's allowed to bowl one shot delivery and he's ensuring that Dawood sniffs leather as he's bowling so accurately. A slow ball. Once that single, it's not a clean pickup. A rare miss by Ayan, who's also a terrific fielder. Leads into the drive, walks into the drive, and completes a single. 107 for 9. 23 of 49. That was Haider's innings. And after that, you felt like there isn't much batting to come, but it's great to see 16 and 11 from Dawood and Wasiq respectively as they mirror each other in terms of the number of balls they played. 107 for 9 eventually. Bahrain still surviving. Dangling by the last thread, but it's been good to see. Can Lakra pick up the final wicket? So many times we've seen Shamim say that a break can act as a break in concentration for the batters. Dawood will be enjoying himself. Doesn't get to bat usually. He's got to make the most of this opportunity. It's solid at the moment. He's able to read what Lakra is doing. It's such a good sign for Bahrain. That's in the air for a brief moment. The risk was taken, reward is reaped. Dawood moves into the 20s now. Lakra cannot believe it. He thinks it's an opportunity gone down, but no chance for the fielder at backward point. Nelson for 9. Look, the real Nelson, if that's what you want to indicate here, as I'm joined by Mudassir again. Well, the real unlucky number for them was 23.
Nelson on board. You never know. And it help the UAE team to break this partnership.
It's rather been a frustrating period of play for UAE. As they've put in the hard yards, they've done most parts of it correctly, but the final nail in the coffin is something they're unable to find a nail. They would like to hammer it down. Bahrain are content just milking the bowling, feeling more settled, scoring runs at their own pace, and also getting that out boundary. But then they just need to survive the 50 overs. The runs will flow. How many ever they get is all bonus, is what I fear.
Throughout the tournament, so as we have seen in Bhanjyang as well as in was in front, loud appeal. Ali has some other thoughts, not at all interested. Lucky escape for Wasiq Ahmed.
As good as Houdini's. 112 for 9. $112 for 9. 21 of 38. Dawood. And every time he brings the bat down like that, it looks even more solid. Even though it's a direct hit, he's a good judge of a run. The last wicket is left. You don't need such a run that will challenge any fielder for that matter, isn't it, Mudassir?
call between Wasiq Ahmed and Dawood, complementing each other very well. Out there in the middle, Ali Dawood batting on 22 and Wasiq Ahmed on 11. We're discussing the importance of the first hour in Mulbani or in TU. The batsmen always struggled against the spinners and the fast bowlers. Those initial first hours. Now you can see the last pair adding those runs because the ball is nicely coming onto the bat. Very watchful Wasiq Ahmed. It again rotating the strike. 34 runs partnership between Ali Dawood and Wasiq Ahmed. Just struggled clearly the top order, the first hour. And UAE bowlers taking the advantage and taking those quick wickets. Zahoor Khan, it is fifth over, wicketless, trying to get that wicket and to break his partnership of this last wicket worth of 34 between Ali Dawood and Wasiq Ahmed.
He nailed a Yorker at this stage. Now he's still considering bowling short to trouble, but this time it's wide. This time it is wide, and these are the extra runs that we are talking about, isn't it, Mudassir? These are the extra runs that you can earn by just being out there, eking out the mistakes from the opposition. Very impressed by what Ali Dawood has done with a bat in hand. Translated confidence of the ball as well is what one would hope. He's one of the better finds for Bahrain recently. Ali Dawood. Look at the clarity with which he approached this delivery as well. Didn't want to hit it, just wanted to leave it. This is a frustrating straight for Prithyar with the gloves behind. He just believes that he can exercise his vocal cord one more time and the finger goes up.
Not only the runs he has got, Ali Dawood, both the batters, to play on 15 overs, 90 deliveries. The last pair, very watchful, with ease, defending Zahoor Khan, not at all in a hurry. He's enjoying out there, Ali Dawood.
Current partnership of 22 of 41 deliveries for Dawood. 35 of 77 is the current partnership, mind you. 12 from Wasiq's bat. Wasn't deliberate. Ali Dawood suggesting it's okay. This game's gone very quiet. And quietness is something that is acting as a synonym for sturdiness when it comes to the final partnership. Dawood and Wasiq are quite content swaying away from the deliveries aimed at them, keeping the deliveries out if they're on the stumps and not attacking anything outside of it. That's the right approach. They've dragged this innings for so many more minutes. Two lines there.
115 for the loss of 9, 39 gone.
From here will take them to 159. Don't think that's above par or that's par, but it is much better than what they have right now. Bahrain. the spinners are looking innocuous now. Mustafa can change that with a couple of deliveries that are slightly loopy, probably to excite Vasik a little bit more. And to talk more about it, we've got Shamim in the com box.
My hats off to these guys. Tremendous resilience, determination, the cool, calm, and collected manner in which they have progressed into this partnership. Take a lot of credit. They've shown sense of purpose, not being overawed by the situation. And you just feel coming in, the last pair in, you think, well, we'll do our duty with the ball, not with the bat, but not so. Both of them shown a lot of courage and skill sets. Seem to be so easy going now. They're showing the top and middle order batters how to do it. These two guys, very impressed with their performance.
Mustafa wanted to bowl so quickly. No, absolutely right, Shamim. Very impressed by their performance. They survived a few scares of NLBW appeal, an outside edge call. And they went up. Prathya was the first to go up. 40 overs gone. 115 for 9. $115 for 9. And it's time for some more pace. As the third power play begins.
Don't think they need protection outside the 30-yard circle, so I need to finish this innings off. Frustration is creeping in here. Makes it look so very simple to bat now. It's incredible. You wouldn't believe the torrid time that the previous Bahraini batters have gone through. And now these two, numbers 10 and 11 possibly in the team, are making it look so very simple.
What has changed? I don't think the surface has changed much.
Nothing to do with the surface. It's the grit and determination of this pair. I mean, they have to be lauded. Tell you what, in a minute. As a bowling unit, you've always got to go for the jugular. We talk about that, they've had them on the mat, per se. Just couldn't get the 3 counts that's required to finish it off. It's incredible.
Absolutely right. You've got to give due credit to Dawood as well. 22 of 45. He's been there out with a smile. Out there with a smile always. Ali Dawood loves to run in and bowl, but when his team needs him the most to bat, he will go out there and show his determination.
It's the bowling unit too. You just cannot go through the motions and wait for things to happen. You've got to make things happen. If you bowl straight like that, the batters are in such a comfort zone now. It's so easy for them to put the full face of the bat looking like proper. Some of the shots they played, they look like opening batters. Really a revelation here by Dawood and Wasik. And just that score, now 115 runs on the board, taken away, that making the unit tired by working hard, staying on in this sort of heat that's been generated in the outfield. So that's also going to be an advantage to see that square drive.
Absolutely right. I think the last wicket partnership is always the most irritating to the openers of the opposition.
Absolutely. It's such a thing, you just feel that it should have been over half an hour ago, or maybe even before that, with the way the lack of progress of the Bahrain innings, but not to be. Come back to that old adage, game of glorious uncertainties, this game of cricket, funny old game, never ceases to surprise you.
who's bowling his sixth and still no sign of Sachin. Full toss in the air, taking the final nail in the coffin. After Yorkers and bouncers and good slower deliveries, the genuine wafts, it's a full toss that's produced the wicket.
This is unbelievable. After all the hard work, after negotiating all the difficult balls, the one that needed to be put away has been lobbed into the hand of the cover fielder. Simple take. And that is the end of the innings. But tell you what, do not take anything away from this pair. But he's elated, understandably. I'm talking about the batting pair who have fought hard. Fierce resistance from Wasiq, who's gone. The final nail in the coffin is gone for 12. And the innings has been completed for